Hello model railroad fans, welcome to Vintage Road and Rail. In today's video I thought I would do a little bit of a excuse me, mini operating session, if you will, on this old Atlas layout that I've got. So before we start running some trains, let's just take a tour of what's on here. So first let's take a look over here. We got 3 Bachmann former F7 units that I replaced with FT shells. We're not going to run those today. The roundabout or the turntable acting a little bit funny, so we're going to kind of exclude those. But over here we've got 3 full trains that we're going to kind of switch off between, and then we've got this guy here that we just kind of need to get out of the way. So let's go ahead and get started. Before we do, just to forewarn you, I'm using this gimbal for the first time, so if it acts kind of funny, just bear with me. I'm learning how to use it. So hopefully it'll make everything a little bit smoother. All right, well, let's get started here. So what we've got here is a little Southern Pacific switcher, which I forget what it is, and I can't see the package for it, so I'm sure someone in the comments will let me know what that is. And then what we've got is a busted caboose. The stove in there is broken, so we're going to take it over there and get it some maintenance. All right, so let's get started. So let's make sure we're going forward. And we're going to run it around there and just get this rascal out of our way. Alright, we're coming up on the switch that we'll need. So we'll just stop right here. Let's not impede traffic for the moment. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to activate that switch there. So that's going to be number 3. And tell me my switch broke. Okay, I don't know what was going on with that. Alright, so we've got our switch thrown. So let's go in reverse. And let's back this caboose up for some maintenance. Alright, so we got our caboose in the maintenance shed. Alright, so now that we've got that parked, we can go ahead and turn that line off, which is number 11, because we don't want it to come flying out of there. Alright, so next let's run this Norfolk Southern a little bit. So let's activate line 1. And let's go forward, shall we? Some of you who have had a layout like this for years are probably laughing at my clumsiness. I'll get better in time. I kept these trains short so that I wouldn't have any trouble getting them out of the way of the other trains. You can run 2 on here at a time if you've got a couple of people or you're just really fast. I don't know it well enough yet to do that. But what we're going to do here in a moment is we're going to switch out these Norfolk Southerns. But for the moment, let's just enjoy a few moments of watching this make a couple laps. Maybe we'll try to get 2 or 3 laps for each. Alright, we're going to come around and we're going to stop right before that switch. Not this one, but the next one. All right, so we'll stop right there. So now we need to get this train out of the way. So first thing, we're going to turn off line 6, which is where this GP15 is sitting. And then we're going to turn on line 4, and we're going to activate switch 4. And then we're going to get this rascal out. So we'll stop right there. Let's throw that switch. Now we're going to kill the power to line 3 temporarily. And we're going to turn on the power back to 6. And then we're going to throw switch number 5, I believe it is. Oop. All right. So we've got that on there and plenty of distance. So let's go back to switch 5. And we're going to throw that. And we're going to turn the power off to line 4. Wish there was more of a click when I hit the center position. All right, so let's come back down here. And we're going to reactivate line 3. And let's give this rascal a few laps. This Bachmann locomotive is a deceptively good puller. It's relatively light as locomotives go, but it pulls really well. We'll let it do another lap or two, and we'll get this CSX out. Excuse me. All right, so we're going to bring that to a stop right here. So we are going to turn off the power to 3. You know what? We're not going to do that. Let's do this the easy way. We're going to bring it around, and we're going to kill the power to 1 and then activate number 2. Let those two guys talk to each other in the caboose for a moment. All right, so let's kill power to 1. Let's activate 2. And then let's throw switch number 2. And then we can now get CSX heading on down the line. Alright, so we're going to leave switch 2 open, but now we're going to switch number 1, and then that way we can stay on that inner loop. I think we'll give it another 2 laps, maybe 3, and then we'll wrap up the video. Let me know in the comments if this gimbal seemed to stabilize everything a little bit better. Because one of the things I had noticed is when I'm just freehanding it, every time I would take a step, it would just rock the whole... It would look like I was sitting on a swing or something. I didn't like it. Alright, Model Railroad fans, I think we'll wrap up the video here. I hope you enjoyed this little running session here of these locomotives, these trains. Really enjoying this layout. It's a lot of fun. I really hate I can't get it down into my basement. I took all the measurements to see if I could finagle it in there, and it just ain't having it. So fortunately I can come up here to the club and run it instead of having to stick it in storage. Maybe at some future moment I will do a video or post somewhere the locomotives that I do have, and maybe I can do some requests and, you know, run a couple of locomotives that you guys might want to see. Obviously within reason, because this is a fairly tight radius on the curves. Well, alright, Model Railroad fans, again, thanks for joining me. Hope you enjoyed this. Happy model railroading, guys. Take care.